I am Kay Stahl, and I am the Interim Program Director for the Literacy Education Master's Program. And in our literacy program, we have two separate tracks, which both lead to literacy specialist certification. The first track is Literacy B, and that is for elementary education majors who are interested in working with younger children in the elementary age range. And then we have a track, Lit C, which is also for people who are in the secondary education. And we try to work very closely with English education to provide courses that would help people in the Lit C track really have expertise related to the older student in middle school and high school. And the student that is best suited to our program is a student that has 1 or 2 years of experience. It is a student who has generated some of their own questions about reading and writing instruction, and wants to expand their body of knowledge about how to teach literacy to the children in their classroom. And while we certainly would not turn away anyone who has no experience teaching or is just coming from their undergraduate program, we really have found that what our students take away from the program seems to be correlated with the amount of experience that they also bring into the program. Our program is extremely rigorous, and it is also very interactive. So we are expecting students to come in with some prerequisite knowledge from their undergraduate program, but we also want them to be able to interact in our classrooms because we honor what the knowledge is that they are bringing and their experience with their classroom and their children. And we want to have a very interactive program in which they are bringing questions, we're reading, we're discussing, we're talking about theory, we're talking about application of particular methodologies, and then they're able to apply that with their own students and their own classrooms. One of the primary characteristics that we consider to be a characteristic of a good teacher is that the teacher is a lifelong learner. And we want our teachers to be people who are coming to our program who don't necessarily want a final answer or one right way to do things, but they really want to be able to learn and explore and look at the research. And when they leave here, they will have the tools to continue learning as the field develops, that they will be able to continue their learning long after they leave NYU. And the other thing is that we really, at NYU, we really don't believe in creating the Stepford teacher mentality, that we really want our teachers to be able to ask questions of us, to ask questions of authority, and to really be teachers that are able to make up their own minds based on their reading and their exploration of literacy topics. And in order to be able to do that, teachers do need to have a lot of knowledge. And the kinds of knowledge that a good teacher would need to be able to do that would be they need to have knowledge about children and the individual children in their classroom. They need to have knowledge of learning theory. They need to have knowledge of reading and how children learn how to read and write. They need knowledge of different methodologies, because we would like them to have a wide range of experience and knowledge of different kinds of teaching strategies. And finally, that I think that we would want them to really have the confidence in themselves to be able to apply this knowledge as they move through their career in a way that's best for children, and to know that their primary goal in their classroom is to help the children that they are working with. Our program supports the development of that kind of teacher because it's based on the professional standards that were created by the International Reading Association and the National Council for the Teachers of English. And we also have a very broad definition of what literacy is. We certainly include and emphasize literacy in terms of reading and writing, but we also include multiple literacies, in particularly the new informational technologies, which is very much a part of our program. We guide our students through some of the more recent journals and current research so that they can become lifelong learners and can become critical consumers of this research so that they can choose the evidence that will work best for the students that are in their classrooms and for the students that they are responsible for. And we really want to create, within our program, one of our primary goals is to create accountable professionals. And these are professionals who have the knowledge and they also have the confidence to have discussions with the stakeholders in literacy education, their children's parents, their administrators, and also policymakers, because we perceive that the students who are coming out of our literacy graduate program at NYU are the literacy leaders in our community. We have several things that distinguish our program from some of the other master's programs in literacy. I think one of the biggest advantages at NYU is that the faculty members are so diverse in theory. And we really have very different philosophic backgrounds, and yet we still have such respect for these alternative viewpoints. And I think this creates a very, very rich program for our students. And as stated earlier, we really don't want to create clones of ourselves, which would really be impossible because all of us have very different philosophic backgrounds and very different theories and even believe in very different methodologies. And so our program really forces our students to create their own voice in their literacy instruction. And I think this is really a very powerful strength that you frequently don't find in other programs. A student entering this program might have a wide range of career goals. One goal might be to just improve their classroom literacy instruction. A second goal might be to become a literacy specialist or a literacy coach within their school. They might also have a goal to be a reading tutor or a literacy tutor and to work in a more clinical setting. And finally, a goal might be to be looking forward to going toward a doctoral program in literacy and becoming a researcher. I think one of the other advantages of our program is that we offer an elective program during the summer that takes our students to London and Oxford for 3 weeks, and the students have a choice of selecting this summer abroad program. And this explores a comparison of schools in Great Britain and the United States. It explores literacy instruction as well as the impact of immigration on curriculum. So this is a wonderful opportunity that many of our literacy master students take advantage of. And then finally, one of the things that I'm really excited about for this year is that our capstone experience for our master's program is a supervised practicum. And it's currently based on a clinical model. And so we have our students actually tutoring one-on-one students who have who are some of the hardest to teach students in literacy, and so they are getting that experience. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is that we're able to perpetuate this at NYU. NYU was one of the earliest places in the country to implement a reading clinic. We started our reading clinic in 1937. Stella Center initiated the clinic, and we have had several people throughout the years who have been large contributors to the field of reading be a part of the NYU literacy clinic model. And so I think that our students, by coming to NYU, you are really taking a part of history into the future with you, and that you would be leaving here with a tremendous heritage.